Hey, before we get into this video, make sure you click the like button, click subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit more information about certificates of deposit, otherwise known as CDs. CDs are a relatively safe way to invest money for short terms, anywhere usually from 6 months to about 5 years, although it can be much, much longer. It's a safe investment because it's backed by the FDIC insurance. So you're not going to lose your money. And you get a guaranteed interest rate, often better than an interest rate that you would get just by saving your money in a savings account or a checking account. It's not an amazing interest rate. You'll probably do better through an index fund, ETF, something like that. But it is a better interest rate than just normal savings. And again, it's insured. So there are some risks though. One is inflation. So let's suppose you put your money into a CD and you are guaranteed to get 4% interest over a 5-year period, something like that. That's great if the inflation rate is below 5%, or 4%, sorry. But if inflation is higher than 4%, then you will actually be losing money over the course of that 5-year investment. So that's one risk. There's a risk of interest rates changing. So let's say you put your money in there right now and you get 5 years at 4%. But then let's say, a few weeks later, a few months later, a year later, interest rates go up and you could have gotten, say, 6 or 7% interest on that investment, but you're locked into 5 years at 4%. So that's a risk. Often there are early withdrawal fees. If you put your money in there for 6 months to 5 years or whatever, if you need the money ahead of time, before the time is up, and you need to take that money out, you can do that usually, but there is going to be a fee, and it can be a significant fee. There's also something called market risk. Now, early withdrawal fees and market risk depend on the type of CD that you're getting. There are two basic types of CDs. There are what are called bank CDs, and there are what are called broker CDs. Bank CDs, pretty straightforward. You are putting your money into a bank account. A broker CD is when you go through a broker and you are buying a CD that is generally put in with a whole bunch of banks. And these sorts of CDs can be bought and sold sort of like stocks, but you can't get your money out of them officially early because the money is being invested into a whole bunch of places. So if you do a bank CD, you can put your money into the bank and you can get it back out early if you need to, but you're going to pay that fee. With a broker CD, you can't officially get your money back out, but what you can do is, since it's like a stock, you can sell that stock to someone else and get some money back. But just like a stock, you are buying or selling at the current market rate. So when you buy that broker CD, if you need to get your money back sooner and you need to sell your broker CD, you're going to sell it for whatever people are willing to pay for it at that time. And you might do well or you might not. Another interesting thing about the difference there is that a bank CD, you get all the money back plus the interest at the end, whereas with a broker CD, you get interest paid periodically while the money is invested. So if you have to leave your money in there for 5 years, or with broker CDs, you can go up to 20 or 30 years sometimes. So let's say your money has been in there for years, you're collecting interest all along. If you then have to sell early, you might not get all of your initial investment back, but you still had made some money along the way. But anyway, broker CDs are much more rare. Most people, if they're going to invest, are going to do it through a bank CD. But there you go. There are some of the pros and cons of CDs. It's a safe investment. It's FDIC insured, whether you do the broker CD or the bank CD. But there are some risks to it. So those are important things to know about CDs.